Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we've got another little hover effect for you. We've got a sort of full width contact section here, and when we hover over it, the writing's going to disappear and a contact form's going to pop up. They can fill it in, send it off, do what they need to do. That's a nice little effect to have on your site. Now we're using a bit of CSS to code to contact us on the background there, but apart from that it's pretty straightforward. Don't let the CSS coding put you off. Any code I write I'll put below the video and you're welcome to use it how you wish. So let's get started. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. Once enabled, I'm going to go down to where I want to work. And I'm simply going to delete this section. Okay, well let's start again. I'm going to add a new section, a little blue button to add a section. I'm going to make it a regular section. Inside, I'm going to put a single row with a single column. Obviously you put yours how you want. I'm going to use a regular call to action module. Divi comes as standard with all these modules, plenty enough to build just about any site. But today, I'm simply going to use their contact form. And there it is, it's popped in a nice little contact form with a name, an email, and message. You can add new fields if you want to here. You can give your form a title right here, if you want to. Success message. This is what will pop up when the message is sent successfully. And whatever you want the submit button to say. At the moment it just says submit right there. So send. There we go, great. And the important one just below that is email. That's where you want your email to go. So me at my email address. If you want to redirect it somewhere like the top of a page or another page, you can do so here. Spam protection, we've got the basic capture there. That works pretty well. You can add a third-party one like Google Capture if you want by adding an API key and using it that way. Don't want to link this to anything. I will give it a background in a minute. In fact, let's give it a background now so we can see what's going on. I'm going to make it black. But I'm going to drag the opacity quite a ways down so it just sort of frames it a little bit. Not going to spend too much time decorating this. But if we go over to our design tab, the fields, I want those white in colour. There we go. Focus background color can be white too. Text can stay as it is. Not going to put any extra padding or anything there. Let's go on down. Title text. I'm going to pop that in the middle. That's all I'm going to do to it. I'm not going to change anything else there. And I want to add a bit of spacing all around. Capture text. I think I need to make that white so it stands out a bit more. There we go. Button, I'm just going to make that slightly more interesting. So I'm going to use custom styles for button. And all I'm going to do, text color I'll leave as it is. Background color, I'm going to make that purple. Text color, keep that white I think. I'm going to take the border away by just going down the border underneath. And just taking that down to 0. Got no border now. Now when we hover over it, let's make it blue. Common on most Divi modules, if you hover over the dark writing you'll get some icons come up. If there's an arrow there, you can set a desktop when your mouse is not on it and a hover state. So when we hover on it, let's make it blue, and when we're not hovering on it, it's going to be purple. That's absolutely fine. Okay, well I just want to add a bit of space around it and we're good to go. So I'm going down out of the button. I'm going to go down to spacing. I'm going to give it 50 pixels all around. Just put the 50 in, it'll put the pixels in. Hit the chain, it'll do the opposite side. And we'll do the same for the left and right. And there it is, there's our little contact form. Okay, well let's just save that. I'm going to go into my section. I'm going to add the image that I want to add to the back of my section. So I'm going to go up to the blue tab for the section here. Just hit the little cog. I'm going to go down to background. And I'm going to add an image. And there's the image I used last time. Fantastic. I mean, that looks pretty good. It's fine. But what I want really is I don't want this form to be there at all. I just want to see that background picture and the words that say contact us or something like that behind. Then when they hover over, I want this form to fade in. So let's do the fade first. That's really easy to do. We can just go back into the form module right there. We'll go over to the design tab, down to filters, roll down to opacity, transparency or see-throughness, and again if you roll over the dark writing you'll see some icons appear. We'll grab the little arrow. Desktop, I don't want to see it at all, so I'm going to take the opacity all the way down so it's totally invisible. Still there, but you just can't see it. Then if I click on the little arrow to a hover state when your mouse is on it, I want it to become fully visible. Now the default time with Divi that it takes to go from that to this is 300 milliseconds, which is pretty quick. So I'm going to slow it down just for a bit of drama over in the Advanced tab. I'm going to go down to Transitions, Transition Duration. I'm going to pull that up to about a second or so. And the speed curve I like to use for these is ease in and ease out. They're all pretty similar. Some will work better than others, but do try them out. Okay, so we've got our little form there. If I save it, it should disappear because we've got it set to fade out. There we go. Now let's go about coding our little background there. And I'm going to actually go into the column for that. So we're going to go into the green tab, which is the row here. We're going to go into the only column there, which is the column that our form is sitting in. And I'm going to go over to the Advanced tab, and this is where we've got to write our custom CSS. Now you can use the before or after to write this, but I'm going to use the before. And I'll zoom in, and don't forget I'll put any of this code below. You can use it and modify it how you wish, so you don't have to follow along in real time. I'm going to say content, colon, open some inverted commas, and what should we say? I'll say contact us. I'm going to use capital letters for this. As you can see, it's popped up right there, left hand corner. So I'm going to put a semicolon in. We'll go on down. Position, I want it to be absolute because I want to position it right in the middle. So I'm going to say position, colon, absolute. Where do we want it? Well, I want it sort of 50 from the top and 50 from the left. So I'll say top, colon, 50%, and left, 50%. I've got to offset it, make sure it's going to be responsive, so I'm going to use transform translate. So we'll say transform, and we're going to use the translate, open some round brackets, and inside I want it sort of minus 50% and minus 50% the other way also. That's going to ensure it stays in the middle for us. Semicolon after that. Okay, well let's make it a little bit bigger than it is. So we'll use a bit of font size for that. Yeah, I'm going to say 50 pixels, make it pretty big. Yeah, that's looking better, but I think I want it bold. So we'll say font weight, bold. That's better, and you can give it a specific color if you want to. Not bad, maybe a little too much. Let's tone that down a bit. Let's make it almost black. That's fine. So that's everything we want there. Great. So that should now actually work. We've got our contact us. You can read it nicely over the top of that picture. And we've done our fade effect. So let's save what we've got here. Save the row. We'll save the page changes. And let's exit the visual builder. Roll on down to where we were. There's our little contact us section when we roll towards the middle. Our little form's going to pop up over the top of the contact us, and people can fill it out, send it off. When they roll back off of it again, it disappears into the background and we're just left with the title and that nice background image there. And that's a nice little feature to have on your site. Really easy to do. It'll work for Tablet and mobile too. The only thing is they'll have to tap on the contact us to bring that up, otherwise it'll work perfectly. But if people are mousing around your site and that thing starts to happen, it's going to get their attention, which is what you want. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.